Okay, everyone, thanks again for coming. Good afternoon. On behalf of Ivy League Executive Director Robin Harris and her staff, welcome to the media and those in attendance to Ivy Madness. We appreciate your support and coverage of our student athletes, coaches, and programs. Our second team of the day is the tournament host, fourth seeded Harvard Crimson. The Crimson come to tomorrow's game versus first seeded Princeton with an overall record of 13-13 and finished the Ivy League record with a 7-7 season. Joining me on the stage is head coach Kathy Delaney-Smith, Tess Sussman, Harmony Turner, and Lola Mullaney. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Delaney-Smith and then move into questions for the student athletes before finishing up with questions for Coach. So Coach, please, opening statement, please.
Okay, great. Well, first of all, thanks to Robin and everybody in the Ivy League. This is no small task. This is an unbelievable undertaking, and I knew it because even in its first tournament down in Philadelphia, I know how much hard work and effort went into that, and it got tweaked and it got better, and then we moved it here, and then COVID hit, and here we are. So I mean, and I've seen firsthand the work and the amount of time. So I hope that those of you that are here working that hard, you're staying at the Charles and partying. That's what I'm hoping for you. And if not, we'll change this room from a press conference, because this is where we have our parties, so it looks a little different right now, but we can change it for you if you want. I'm really excited and proud to be here. We had to scrape our way into this. We wanted to make it exciting at the end for everybody, of course. But I'm very, very, very proud of my team. We've had our share of injuries, our share of COVID. Not whining. I'm just proud of the resiliency of my players. Proud to be here, and I'm thrilled to be spending my last Ivy tournament with this group of student athletes.
Before we begin, once again, for questions, if you could please state your name and media affiliation before asking the first question.
Jen Hadfield with the Next. For any of the players, how are you feel? Like, what are your emotions like going into this tournament, and kind of what's the buzz on campus with you guys hosting?
I could take this one. Coming back after being gone for a year and having the up and down of my sophomore year where we just got edged out of the tournament and we thought we were going to miss the chance to play on our own court. It's really an honor and super exciting to be able to come back, get that second chance, and we've been excited all week, all month to come back and to win in our own gym and have the tournament here.
As for me, being a first year, definitely exciting. Truly blessed to be in this opportunity. We've all worked hard and it's well deserving with all the best and all the so looking forward to it.
Rob Brown, Ivy Hoops Online. For Harmony, what was it like going through your first year in the Ivy League? What was it? What you expected? Was it harder?
I definitely think that it was a challenge in some aspects of the game. I feel like it was definitely exciting just because I missed my senior year in high school due to an injury. So this was a blessing in disguise with COVID and taking that gap year. I'm truly honored and excited to play with this team and amazing staff. Like, they've been here with me since day one prior to injury. So this first year has been super surreal, and we're gonna miss our seniors next year. But I think I would not take it back any other second.
Thanks. Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer. This is for Tess. What do you make of the dynamic of playing Princeton back-to-back here again? The stakes of this one, including the stakes for the one sitting next to you, etc.
I think that getting to play Princeton twice, not even within a week, is super exciting, and I think that we've all been looking forward to it. Even prior to the first game, we viewed this as an advantage for us.
I guess for Lola, you took the year off last year. What's it like being back this year and getting to the tournament?
Yeah, I think I'm really happy with taking the year off. And like Tess mentioned, obviously missing our chance to be in the tournament last year, it was great to hear that it was back here again. So I feel like everything's kind of working in our favor, and obviously having the home gym is just such an exciting experience. So definitely looking forward to that. And yeah, I think that we're prepared. I think they're a great team, and I think that we're a great team, and we're as prepared as we can be. So we're going to give it our all and hopefully make some history here.
Any other questions for our student athletes? Or let them go? Okay. You guys want to head off the stage, please? Coach, is the red light on the microphone?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, no, now it's not. Yep, it's on now. Oh, so my speech, do I have to do it again? Oh, I thought my jokes were so good.
You picking that up? Is that good? Yeah. Okay. Great.
Sorry.
Coach, we're gonna let the student athletes, you guys can go. Okay. Thank you. Yep, thanks, guys.
Thank you. See ya.
Questions for Coach?
Opening statement, okay. Verbatim, okay. No, I honestly, genuinely want to thank the Ivy League, because I think the amount of work that goes into this event is mind-boggling, and all of the Ivies, but Harvard at the top of the list. We have the most sports of anyone in the country, and so, we got lots going on here, and our real estate is rather small, and so to pull this off is a credit to the Ivy League to come up here and spend as much time as they spend. And I know the first year had some rough edges, and in 1 year's time, the second tournament was phenomenally better, in my opinion. It was great. And then COVID hit, and now here we are here. So hats off to all the Ivy League people, and I asked them to party at the Charles. That's what I asked them to do.
Hi, Kathy. Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philly Inquirer. When did you feel that you had the 4 seed locked up? Was it at all before the last day?
No, we had to wait till the waning moments. We had to wait for Princeton to beat Penn that Friday night for us to know. And then, yeah, that was Friday night. We had to beat Dartmouth, and Princeton had to beat Penn. So I found out after the Dartmouth game. So it was great. I was very, very happy.
Did you feel it, feel in your gut, or did you really make yourself wait to believe it until the very end?
Well, we didn't. I know my staff members may or may not have checked the score during the game, and I think Penn played them really well. I think this league is very competitive. So, hats off to Princeton for being undefeated. It's a credit to, the stars are aligned for them. They're a tremendous team. But I do think anybody can beat anyone at a certain point in time. And I think you have to have a lot of luck as well. Your injuries have to go the right way, and COVID has to go the right way. And without whining, I would say our stars were not aligned here at Harvard. We had more than our share of injuries. We had to play many games without starters and we didn't postpone any games because of COVID, but we had to play without key players. So, and we got through it. And that's what everybody has to do. You got to get through it. And so we're healthy, and we're excited to be here, and it's our home court, and we're the underdog. I don't know. That's setting something up, I hope.
So when you look at tomorrow's matchup, having already played Princeton twice, how much do you feel like you need to do something different, or maybe surprise them a little bit versus doing what you have been doing and just taking it up a notch?
Yeah, I would say take it up a notch. I thought we played really, really well Sunday, and the ball didn't go in the basket. You cannot beat a team the caliber of Princeton and shoot as poorly as we shot last Sunday. So we have to check to make sure we're taking and getting the right shots. You have to, hats off to Princeton's defense for sure. But I thought we got a lot of really open looks that we can knock down. So if we can knock them down, the whole feel of the game will change. And we are a really good three-point shooting team. and if we get the looks that we want, then anything can happen. So I think we're going into this game believing, for sure. I have confidence in them because I'm old and wise and experienced. I view my team as a very young team. I don't have, I think actually 3 of the 4 teams here are more experienced than we are. Their nucleus of players have played together for at least 2 years or more, and maybe didn't have opportunities to play together during COVID. We didn't have any of those. We only have 3 kid players who are our nucleus, and Lola's only played a year, and Tess and Maggie, Tess is old, but they really only played 1 or 2 years. So we're young, and that's it. And then everyone else to our team is new. And so, and after COVID, if you don't have returning players with experience, you're starting at, a different place than an experienced team. I think Princeton is really experienced. They play that way. That they have enormous synergy. They have enormous confidence in themselves. And that comes with experience. That's what I think Harvard will be next year, for sure.
David Tannenwald from Harvard Magazine. Kathy, can you share a little bit about sort of the pivot from Sunday's game to then getting the team ready and sort of what you did with the players this week and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I was really interested to see my players' reaction to that game. I was on the fence about should we play it, should we not play it. It ended up being we didn't really have a choice, so we played it. And I actually am glad we played it. And I was interested to see how my players felt. And I was surprised to believe, they're looking at the analytics of it, and they understand that what we understand. You have to shoot better. You're not going to beat anyone if you don't shoot well. So, again, we went back to work at are we getting the right shots, or were we just hats off to Princeton's defense? And I'm not going to tell you the answer to that. But I think my players have enormous confidence that they can hit those shots. We adjusted a few drills in practice to simulate a little bit more what we were feeling when we played Princeton, and we'll see if it pays off. Hopefully it will.
Just going back to what you were talking about regarding youth a little while ago, obviously you're retiring, but along with wanting to win the tournament this year, how important is being in the tournament this year, almost regardless of results, just as a next step in these young players' development, getting them that tournament experience?
That's a great question. And I felt enormous pressure for that exact reason. I really believe in this team. I was very excited to coach this team. I didn't think we were going to lose some of the players to season-ending injuries that we lost. And, we play 5 guards. We just don't have an inside player that's ready to play. And so, that has stretched us defensively. So we're not analytically a great defensive team, but we work really, really hard on defense. So, and I think the youth is getting, each game, each practice, we get more and more experienced. I can't say why our shooting has become inconsistent. I guess that's the million-dollar question, and if I was a really great coach, I'd have the answer. I don't. But I'm hoping we can get back on track with that shot. But the experience to get into this tournament, to lay the foundation for next year for these young players, because we have almost everybody back, and I think there's some tremendous forwards coming into the program. So, the future is bright, and just being in this tournament is fabulous for us.
Rob Brown, Ivy Hoops Online. I guess if it doesn't work out in your favor tomorrow, do you still feel your team has the resume to go to the WNIT?
Yeah, we filled out the waiver. So we're right on the cusp. Our RPI is, I don't know, it's pretty high. It's higher than maybe some other teams that might make it. So in that sense, our non-conference schedule was very challenging. The unfortunate thing is we don't have any great wins. But, we played UMass so close. We played so many teams really closely. And so I don't know if that matters at this time of the year. we had to play towards the end of the conference without 2 key starters. And that's huge for a young team. You can't take those, one of them, was, a veteran that is the glue of our team. And it was really hard to go to Cornell and Columbia without those 2 starters. And so those losses, I think, hurt us a lot, unfortunately. So, we wrote it up. We whined as best we can and see if they'll look at us.
Kathy, you talked about being the underdog in your own building, and it's been 3 years since we've had one of these, and the opportunity to discuss the fact that now it's here in this building. What's it mean to you to have it here? And as I said, it's been a while since we've had the opportunity to discuss the question.
Yeah, obviously I've given my whole life to this building. So, it's a great time for me to finish. It would be a great time for me to win. There will be a big party. You're all invited. But I love Ivy League basketball. I love the tournament, the feel of the tournament. So, again, I sweated it out just clawing our way to get here. I don't generally feel a lot of pressure, but that was a lot of pressure for me, honestly. So I'm relaxed, and we're either going to hit the shots or we're not. And I love being in this building, and I love being around the Ivy League. So regardless of what happens, I know my kids will play hard, and isn't that why we do it? I love when winning cures all. When you win, it's easy to coach. When you don't win, when you're 500 like we are, this might have been the hardest I've ever worked for a group of young women that I just love and respect as athletes. So whatever happens tomorrow, I'm very honored to be here.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, everybody.
I have one question.
Oh, last question.
Everybody makes a decision to retire at some point in their career. How do you feel going forward, leaving what you love and moving on to the next stage in life?
Well, I'm a person who has not made any plans, which is shocking, because I may be a little of a control freak, but I just certain factors were involved in my decision, and 40 is a nice number, and I've been coaching for 51 years, and it's just probably time. I'm writing a book, so I'm really excited about the next chapter in my life, and I'm excited to go around the country and world and visit my alumni, and I'm sure there'll be lots to do.